Welcome to Invest. We talk about investing, finance, and professional women. It's the current time of 9:20 a.m. on Eastern Time on Tuesday, on June 14th. The overall crypto market and the equity market is trying to rebound from a relatively massive Monday sell-off that we've incurred yesterday. And obviously, the sell-off is mainly due to the negative anticipated pressure ahead of the FOMC meeting that is beginning today, all the way until tomorrow. But in terms of confirmatory signal from the Fed, or Jerome Powell himself, from a speech that we'll be hearing from him at around 2:15 to 2:30 p.m. on the Eastern Time tomorrow on the East Coast. We'll get the confirmatory signal on what's the plan or the next tactical steps that we should be expecting going forward, right? And based on some of the evidence that we've been collecting so far, ever since on Friday with respect to the historical record high CPI number that came out, and then with respect to the oil prices fluctuations, just corporate guidance from a lot of Fortune 500 companies and tech companies are taking the adjustable measure onto shaving their headcounts. From Tesla shaving 10% globally to Coinbase as of this morning have decided to shave basically 20% of its workforce. And at the same time, with respect to some of the airline companies as well, despite prepping for the summer time period, it seems like they're also struggling with respect to the rising oil prices. So they also have to make the logical adjustments so they don't get technically belly flop or try to just stay in the survival mode, if you may. And with respect to some other catalysts I'm seeing as of this morning as well, coming out from the labor statistics department, it seems like there's some numbers that came out with respect to the wholesale price for the month of May. It seems like it has risen by 10.8%, which is another historical record number if you look at this on an annual pace. On top of the fact that there's some economists that's speaking out because of a lot of the aggressive statistics that we've been hearing so far, and also just the activity among the corporate arena, and also with respect to now you see the negative CPI and the wholesale price, which is the PPI number, that the likelihood of Jerome Powell to be boosting the interest rate by more than 50 basis point to like a 3/4 of a point this week can be impossibility. So that's the surprise element that we don't wish to have, right? But it's possible. They are already indicating that that's a possibility. So the rebound that we're seeing today, I would say, is not something that is how would you say, in a short-term perspective, it makes sense. Why? Because we were relatively oversold on a technical perspective. But fundamentally, and also on a macroeconomical perspective, the Feds needs to get their things together for us to get true optimism and confidence on what we're going to be seeing going forward. If we're going to go in tomorrow and we get the big, surprise, right, which is not really a surprise anymore because we are seeing some economists depicting their foreshadow that if they're going to raise 75 basis point to even go all the way up to 100 basis point, we're going to in for more sell-off coming. So that's just the way it is, right? In respect to the oil prices as of this morning, despite Dow Jones, S&P, and NASDAQ are all currently up about, not really up like 0.5%, but just like normalizing from the sell-off yesterday, oil is still surging up to like $123 per barrel. The 10-year yield is still crazy high at 3.4%. So it seems like we're sky high, all negative across the spectrum. So so that's really much it. So we are waiting for the world where like the main events that's happening tomorrow. We'll keep an eye on the needle to see if we see anything or hear anything from the Feds, even though they're going to be in a closed door meeting. So we see how that goes. So let's just dive into the technical, and you guys saw the latest Patreon update this morning already. So be aware of, what are the level ups and what are the two levels down potentially if we're gonna see some negativity, right? So with respect to recording time of 9:25 a.m. on the Eastern time, we are up about 1%, but it's not real because we just try to, like, you have a propensity to go back up to the next level of resistance whenever you're in between levels, right? So you can see that clearly we try to get back up to the 1250 as a level, but the next level down is going to be somewhere around like 130, 110. If we break that, it's going to go down to 1,000. Right now it looks like we're plateauing at a relatively consolidated level at 22 out of 70 on the RSI scale, which makes sense. We also have to look at the needle. Are we going to be plateauing as well on the MACD front as well, because that's the momentum. And I think the likelihood of actually staying around these level between the frame of 1,200 to 1,100 is possible, but breaking down to below 1,000, if we hear another negative news coming tomorrow, and then in July another negative CPI report, another negative FOMC meeting, continue to raise the interest, we're gonna be in for some more pain going forward. So respect to Bitcoin, right now is flat as well, but it seems like we're on the opposite side of the spectrum. We almost broke 20,000 earlier, and the reason we got recuperated is because we were highly submerged, like below 20 out of our size scale, and looking for a plateau. So, with respect to the current level, we are consolidated at a comfortable level, but obviously the next level down is going to be somewhere around like 2,500. But if we break 2,500, it's going to be heading to like 18,500 from there. So be careful with this. Classic up about 1.65%. All the flat numbers, right? 15, 14.50, 14, respectively from there. Dogecoin, all the flat numbers as well, right? 5 cents, 5.5, 4 cents respectively. We're just trading on all the flat numbers right now, forming new lows continuously. Cardano's trying to recuperate back up because that was the bounce from the resistance level of the level that we've met on May 28th back in the day at around 45. So you can see that clearly we got recuperated back up, but this is relatively weak. We're still at the 43 out of 70, so contingent on, let's say we don't get a surprise tomorrow, Jerome's gonna speak more optimistically and it's more tactical in terms of next steps as well. We could convey some buying pressure, but who knows, right? Ultimately, the world is waiting for what's going to be happening. In respect to Solana, up about 12% so far. Don't be surprised by why we're jumping this way. It's because we were bouncing from a $25 level, which is relatively seismic in terms of substantiveness. So we bounced from 25 and now we're heading back up to 30, which is in mid-level, but we don't get further pressure going up to about 33, which is the real level. We're going to be coming back down anyways, right? So right now is momentum looks like it's good because it's up 12%, but in terms of tomorrow, we'll see how that goes ultimately. XRP is at 31 right now. All the flat numbers like 30 cents, 25, 20 respectively. Polkadot's up about 10% so far at 7.5. All the flat numbers, right? 7.5, 7, 6.5 respectively. Algorand up about 2.5% at 30 cents at the moment. All the flat numbers, right? 30 cents, 25, 20 respectively. Shiba Inu up about 3.25%. All the flat numbers, right? We're at 850 technically. Going down to the next level, 800, 750, respectively. We have formed death cross, so I think with respect to a landing, it was a relatively softer one, and we are recuperating back up. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow, right? Ultimately, because if we have a negativity tomorrow, we might see a flash crash, but it will get bought up relatively quickly. MACTAC flat, right? All the flat numbers like 45, 30, 45, 30. 40, respectively, all the flat numbers. AVAX up about 4% so far, all the flat numbers again, right? We basically at 1650, 16, 15, 1550, respectively, all the way down. Okay, so hopefully this is helpful. Obviously, we are already seeing some sort of negative foreshadow, and it seems like there are a lot you know, negative news that's still, you know, ominously in your face right now. So try to be logical about this, stay sane, and if you need my guidance a little bit more, feel free to, you know, reach out to me on my Patreon. And if you want to just like reframe your mindset, just watch the videos again to understand like what levels we're going to be going to. But appreciate you. Have a good day, and I'm going to be heading out later today, so I might be posting a little bit later, or so I'll let you guys know. Okay, so have a good day and take care.